live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field. We've got a perfect night for baseball on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to go. And our pitcher in this game, Jameson Taillon. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low threes. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
Pro Armstrong settles under it and makes the catch. One away. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. And an important bat for them, batting fifth in this one, Elliot Ramos.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 2 down.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Now it's Devers at the plate. 2 out, space is empty. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Everything came together for him. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Willy Adames stands in. And a foul ball. And a pitch. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him way out front of the slurve. So the Giants leave one. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. You're watching San Francisco Giants baseball on the Show Bay Area. Back here at the friendly confines. Today's starting pitcher, Tyler Mahle. What do we have on him?
Well, no doubt about it. He's going to have to put together some consistently good performances in order to bring that ERA down. Now, he's got good stuff. He's just got to be able to have confidence, trust it, and really go after hitters. Not nibble, trust the stuff that can have late life and miss barrels.
Here's the second baseman, Nico Hoerner. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1-2.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. Just shy of the wall. Okay, let's check out the lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Alex Bregman.
Boog, this is one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. I mean, he's such a consistent hitter. You got to love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in this one.
Dansby Swanson stands in. And he deals. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. Scoreless after one. Back here at Wrigley Field, top of the second. Here's Elliot Ramos. Bounce to the left side. Bregman slings it across. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Matt.
Here's Matt Chapman. 1 out, bases empty. And that one a little below the knees. And it's 2-1. And misses inside.
As a veteran out there on the ball, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
And a 3-2. And that's ball 4.
Batting seventh, the catcher.
Man at first with 1 gone. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. Kicks and fires. That one fouled off. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Kenny Jansen doing home plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if their catcher can present it properly.
Swing and a ball popped up. Pat heads towards it. He's got it. And there's 2 away.
The designated hitter, Casey Smith.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. And now the DH, Casey Schmidt. 2 outs. And another ball.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
No score here in the second. Next offering upstairs. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
And the right-hander's 3-1. Swing and a miss.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Oh, a great back and forth and that at bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
And now Drew Gilbert found back our way, and that's out of play.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Righty to the plate. That one not close. Now 2-2. Wouldn't chase that time. Jung-Hoon Lee on deck for San Francisco. In the air out towards right center. Joe Armstrong moves after it. And that's the 3rd out. Giants leave a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Now it's Alex Bregman.
The third baseman, Alex Bregman.
A line to kick the pitch. Swings through that.
1-2.
Right-hander deals. High chopper to third. Chapman. That's one out in the bottom of the second.
Batting fifth, the first baseman,
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. Here's something to watch, Siggy. He's got the best OPS on the team. He can hurt you. And 1-2.
Yeah, Boog, and his confidence isn't an issue when he steps in the box. He expects to do some damage every time he's up.
Swings over the splitter for strike 3. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Ian Happ up to hit. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And here's the rookie center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. Left-hand batter waits. Foul ball there. At the belt and fires. On the ground, right side. Arise. The throw to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Cubs leave 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Here at Wrigley Field, on to the 3rd inning. Now it's the Giants' leadoff hitter, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Always fun to watch Lee go to work at the dish, Boog. He's just a pure hitter and a good athlete. Someone referred to him as a slow drip guy because the more you watch him, the more you like him.
2-1 now. Back up the middle and a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch to the plate lately. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Luis Arraez stands in. Line and a base hit into right. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Here's Rafael Devers. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2. But Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Left-hand hitter waits. Ground ball right side. Nice stop. And they get the out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not enough, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
2 on, 1 out. And up next for the Giants, Willy Adames. 2 on, 1 out. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. And they get Adames for the out. Both runners tagging. And the Giants score first. It's 1-0. Save.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at-bat. Got the job done.
Elliot Ramos getting ready to hit. Two outs. Now a pop-up on the infield. Bregman settles under it. And that'll do it. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Giants 1 and the Cubs nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is Matt Shaw.
Hitter, number 6.
Pitch. On the ground to short. Throws to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
The catcher,
Here's another look with StatCast, Singy. The throw needed to be strong to beat the runner, and it was.
Yeah, that play was close, and I think we need to credit that 88-mile-per-hour throw as the difference maker right there. That's just impressive.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 3.
Full count.
Home team down a run here in the last half of the 3rd. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a first start against a new batter. He needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Next pitch is outside.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not. Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And, you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Devers makes the catch, and that will end the inning. 1 left for the Cubs. They trail here 1-0. To the 4th. Now Matt Chapman.
The third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Next pitch is outside.
Well, these Giants showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
And a 3-1 on the way. And that one off the inside edge. You walked him.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Now it's the Giants catcher, Patrick Bailey. That one down the line. Wide throw, and it gets away. Now 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at 3rd.
Here's a 1-1.
That's a ball.
Chapman on 3rd. Bailey stands at 2nd. No outs. Next pitch is downstairs. Drew Gilbert up next. Here comes a pitch. Line, and that's a base hit. 1 runs in. Runner stops at 3rd, and they're at the corners with nobody out.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Drew Gilbert now at the plate. Up the middle, base hit, and a run comes in.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. That's all for Jameson Taillon, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Colin Rea takes over on the mound.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
So the batting order turns over. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Jung-Hoo Lee. The pitch. Outside low, 2-1.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
That one catches the zone. 2-2 now. Right-hander kicks, deals. And another ball. 3-2. Base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Comes through with the RBI. We often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Luis Arias, the next Giant to hit. That misses the zone, and a count 2-1. Two runners in scoring position. Nobody out. Line drive, base hit. One runs in. Another comes in to score. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Oh, that's a big at-bat coming through in the clutch to drive in a pair. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. When the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in LA called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name.
And the pitch. Double play ball to second. They get one. On to Bush. It's a double play.
I think 4-6-3 double plays like that are way tougher than these guys make it look sometimes, because no matter how you do it, the feed from the second baseman is a tough one. That's where footwork really comes into play. But right there, very well done.
Ball to strike. The pitch. And that one hammered for Armstrong. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. But they blow this one open with a big 5-run inning. And midway in the fourth, it's the Giants 6 and the Cubs nothing. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
The right fielder.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field. But he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. As a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
The Cubs with a lot of ground to make up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
He was all over that one. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch. And right off the bat, he knew he was taking that wide turn at first to head for second. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
One down. And up next for Chicago, Michael Busch. On the ground to Devers. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And next for the Cubs, Ian Happ. Kicks and deals. And it's fouled away. Bounce to third. And that one handled. Tosses to first. Inning over. We go to the top of the fifth, and digging in for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos. Right-handed reliever. Left field, way back there. Happ going back on this one. Off the scoreboard and out of here. A mammoth blast to right. So he just clears the wall. His 11th of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 7-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Matt Chapman up to the plate now. And a pitch. No question about this one. It's out of here. A gigantic blast. His 13th home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 8-0. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in the lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Hunter Harvey gets the ball now.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
And up next for San Francisco, Patrick Bailey. The pitch. The other way. And it stays fair. Around first, digging for two. Well, he thought about two, but he's back to first safely.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Now here is Casey Schmidt.
All these Giants doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Only 2 strikeouts so far, and obviously they've been able to pick up plenty of hits, so it's been an impressive one.
Hit in the air, right field. Suzuki has a beat on it. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
And you know, that strikeout total, only 2 so far, really tells you they're not just running into good luck and getting hits to fall. They're earning those knocks.
Man at first, and now the center fielder, Drew Gilbert. And the righty deals. And that's off the inside edge. 2-1. And here it comes. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And there's 2 down. Stayed with the fastball on all 3 pitches to put him away.
Yeah, just straight attacked him. And those locations of the fastball, it's what really stood out to me, Boog. Started him inside, really good location. Then he went away for strike 2, going kind of east-west, and then finishes him off up in the zone with some good velocity. That's just great execution.
Next pitch is outside.
2-1.
Bailey off of first with 2 away. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And he hits a ground ball right side. On to first. Out number 3. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now an 8-0 game. This is Giants baseball on the Show Bay Area. Back here at Wrigley Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. The pitch. Hard hit right side. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
The batter, number 6.
Matt Shaw, the next Cub to hit. One now. Sliced hard but foul. Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Bounced up the middle. Adames tosses to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Cubs are down quietly. Still 8-0. Here at Wrigley Field, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Luis Arraez. The 1-1. And that's in the dirt. The 2-1. And that one pulled foul. And a pitch. Just misses. And that's ball 3.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swings through it for the K. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
And Devers hits that one, and Devers is set down. 2 down.
The batter, number 2.
Willy Adames will hit next. 2 down, nobody on. And we're the top half of the 6th. That one hammered center field. Crow Armstrong ranges back. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A solo shot. His 12th of the season, and they add a run. It's 9-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
So up next, Elliot Ramos. 2 down, nobody on. Next offering misses down and away. The pitch. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate, and a foul ball. Two outs. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Off balance throw in time. And that is the inning. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. It's now 9-0. Back here at the friendly confines. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Nico Horner.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
And that one is in for a strike. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
He makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
The right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. The wind and the pitch. Next offering is outside. The Cubbies with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And the Cubs are down in order, and they're down 9-0. Pitching change here, Jacob Webb.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. It seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Patrick Bailey.
San Francisco, the catcher, number 14, Patrick.
And a base hit into right center field. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in, and he's out, trying for 2.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
So now the DH spot, Casey Schmidt. On the ground. And there are 2 outs.
Now back, the center fielder,
2 outs, base is empty. Drew Gilbert, the next Giant to hit. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So now back to the top of the order.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And now it's going to be Jung-Hoo Lee. Two outs. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Gilbert rounds second on his way to third. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's 10-0, and his third hit of the game is a triple.
Back-to-back base hits. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
So, man aboard. And up next for the Giants, Luis Arias. Up the middle, Swanson. To first, that ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Giants 10 and the Cubs nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
And he deals. Bounced up the middle. Arise. 1 up, 1 down.
He's out.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance. Had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
The wind of the pitch. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Ramos makes the grab. 2 down.
The left fielder, number 8, Ian.
So 2 down now, and here is Ian Happ. The Giants up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're down 10-0. Back here at Wrigley Field, and now the first baseman, Rafael Devers. And the right-hander deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to
swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Hauls it in on the warning track. Now the Giants 4-hitter, Willy Adames. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. The shortstop takes the ball. Wouldn't chase that time.
3 balls, 1 strike.
There's a swing and a miss.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
This one popped up. Bush on his way over. Looks it away for the out.
Now back, the left fielder, Elliott Ramos.
2 outs, base is empty. And digging in for San Francisco, Elliott Ramos. 2 down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. And a pitch. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two outs. Swing and a base hit.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
And here is Matt Chapman. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Tries to get back and save.
Back-to-back singles. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, this is a higher leverage spot, and I love the way that he's turned things around. He's got 2 outs now ahead in this count, and he can pretty much dictate what's going to happen next in terms of the pitch sequence.
2 on, 2 outs. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Around third. He scores. It's 11-0.
That's 3 singles in a row. High fastball, even a little above the zone, but such a good job of staying tall on the backside, getting that barrel.
Left-hander out of the bullpen, Caleb Fieldmore.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
At the plate, Casey Schmidt. Swing and a ball hammered left field. Hat going back. And gone! That one barely got out of here. His 12th of the season, and they tack on 3. It's 14-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So digging in, Drew Gilbert. Here's a 1-1. Got the bat going too soon, and strike 2.
2 strikes.
4 runs already in the frame. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. That one the other way. Hat makes the play, and it's out number 3. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Back after this on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jose Butto.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. And another ball. Signs of movement in the Giants bullpen. Gregory Santos getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. The punch out there. 1 out.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And here's the DH for the Cubs, Matt Shaw. His righty-lefty splits there. The 1-1. That one missed. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
2-2.
The Cubs with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Got him looking for the K. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. Didn't agree with the call at the plate right there.
Again, a game like this, that's just too close to take. It's a blowout game. Guys have been out here for a while. Umpires saying, hey, let's go. Cut it loose. Swing the bat.
And here's the catcher, Carson Kelly. Fastball for a strike. And now 2-2. The wind of the pitch. Big snag center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I could watch base hits like that all day long, and so can every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Here's Nico Hoerner. This one high in the air to left center. Ramos sizes this one up. Makes the catch, inning over. Cubs lead one, but this one's pretty much over. 14-0. All set for the start of the inning. Now here is Jung-Hoo Lee. On the ground to third. Throwing the dirt, and he can't come up with it.
Well, an error like that, you look at the scoreboard and you kind of wonder if they are losing focus out there. And look, it can be tough to stay locked in when you're getting blown out. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that's definitely what happened on this play, but it's not a great look.
Man at first. The batter now, Luis Arraez. Lee gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Step off, throw to first, and he's back in there.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
And another ball.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
At the belt and fires. In the air, right field. Sizing this one up. Makes the grab.
The batter, the first baseman, Rafael Devers.
And here is Devers. The 1-1. Swinging a foul straight back. Left-hand batter waits. And they'll do it again. The 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Willy Adames, the next Giant to hit. The Giants up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Crow Armstrong brings it in, and that is that. One error in the inning, but nothing more. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the ninth. San Francisco leads this one 14-0. Here at Wrigley Field, so bottom of the ninth. So up now for Chicago, Dansby Swanson. Lift up center, way back there, and that is gone. He sends it out of here, and they've got their first run. It's 14-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early, he saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And that's going to kick into the corner. Around first, heading for 2.
Well, he keeps the hitting streak going with that 9th inning knock right there. Coming through under pressure, and not the ideal way to get the job done, Boog, but it works.
You know, only once during DiMaggio's famous hitting streak did he wait till the 9th inning to extend it. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the best thing to do is get that thing out of the way early. No doubt about it. You can move on with the game. Otherwise, you start gripping the bat a little tighter as the game progresses towards the end.
And it's caught for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Busch.
He's 2 outs away. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. The pitch.
That's up.
Slider misses outside. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. The run comes in from second, and it's 14-2. And he's got a double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
Cub to hit. Kicks and fires. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next to hit.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
They're down to their final strike.
1-2.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Hard hit left side. Throw to first. Now game. And the Giants slug their way to a win in this one.
Well, I don't know what they did in the cage today or on the field for batting practice, but when you win by double digits, something is clicking. That batting coach feels pretty good about himself right now, but more so the players. They can't wait for the next one. Come back out, score, and get another W.
14-2 at the end of this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.
Time of the ball.
Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. We've got Major League Baseball on a Tuesday night. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. Hi, folks. John Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. And singing the big bat in the lineup so far this year, Michael Busch leads the team at OPS. So he's the guy that looks to slug and basically make things happen for them offensively.
Just a machine in terms of production at the plate. He'll take his walks. He'll barrel up the baseball. He'll hit the ball in the gaps. He'll hit the ball over the fence. So talk about a guy going good. That's him right now, and he's a bat that you want to stay away from if you're the pitcher.
Just about ready to go and towing the slab, Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. And
That's a
another
ball.
ball.
2-1.
Righty to the plate. That one
Ball,
inside.
that's
And now 3 balls and a strike. Right through there for a strike.
Full count.
Back to work. 3-2 now. Got it. 1 away.
Well, that's a pitch that's sliding from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
And now Bader up to the plate. Swanson. 2 quick outs at the top of the first here tonight. Here's the Giants lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Patrick Bailey.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
Out towards right center field. Dives. What a play.
Great diving catch to end the inning after the pitcher battles through a tough one. That'll fire up the dugout. Time to go hit.
Back here at the friendly confines. And on the hill for the Giants, Adrian Hauser. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
We go to the bottom of the first.
Leading off
Here's
for
Nico
the
Horner.
Cubs, the second baseman, Nico Horner.
The pitch. And that's
Ball.
outside. 2-1.
2-1.
Breaking ball through there for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
On the ground at first. Steps on first for the out. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Alex Bregman.
Boog, this is one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. I mean, he's such a consistent hitter. You got to love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in this one.
Dansby Swanson stands in. 1 out, bases empty. Late with the swing there.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that
1 and
the
2,
command of
out.
that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
The wind of the pitch.
2-2.
That
Got a
misses,
full count.
and that's ball 3. Got it by him for the K.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike
Batting
zone. We're
third.
seeing more
The right field.
fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And
That's the
now
ball.
here is Seiya Suzuki. Hard ground ball, base knock. And now a 2-out opportunity for Alex Bregman.
Well, his hot
Batting
hitting
fourth.
continues. He's been
third
getting
baseman.
great results lately.
Alex.
Pretty tough for the infielders to do
Right
anything
back.
with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. And now, let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The 1-2. Swings through it, and that's That's a strikeout. One left for the Cubs. Scoreless after one. Here at Wrigley Field, and here's the first baseman, Rafael Devers. One of the best in the game against right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, that's another story. The 1-1. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Happ balls it in, and there's one away. Willy Adames stands in. One down, base is empty. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss.
1-2 for count.
Finds its way through, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Had him way out front of the slurve. On the north side of Chicago, John Shambi and Chris Singleton. And now the catcher comes up to him, Patrick Bailey. In the air to left center. And that's the third out. Giants leave a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch.
The first baseman, Michael.
And a pitch. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. And delivers
2-2.
outside. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Ian Happ up to hit. Here comes a pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nobody out. Runner at first. The pitch. On the ground to short, could be 2. Adames tossed to second. On to first, double play.
The center fielder, Pete Armstrong.
And next for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong. 2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one lifted to left. Nice grab on the run. That is the inning. We'll move to the third with no score. And we're back.
Leading off,
and now Casey Schmidt.
Casey Schmidt.
2-1 now. And that's just
foul.
foul. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Had him way out front of the slur.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him move.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit.
Well, Boog, here's a little background info on Jung-Hoo Lee. He hit for the highest batting average in KBO history, which included a ton of doubles. Plus, he took home 5.
Ouch, that one got him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. One gone, runner at first. Here's the center fielder, Harrison Bader. Ball to strike. The pitch.
2-1.
Throw. Save. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
The count 2-1. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Man at second. Bounce to the right. In time to Bush, and Bader is set down.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at bat.
Luis Arraez stands in. 2 outs. And a swing and a miss there.
1-2.
Next one misses. It's 2-2.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
2 outs and a runner at third. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Checks his swing. Appeal down to third. And he held back, according to Rusty Valentine. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Oh, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there.
And a pitch. Fall off foul. The 1-2 in the dirt, gets away from Kelly. And now a single might score 2. Lee at third. Arraez on at second with 2 down. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. He's under it. Squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Back here in Wrigley Field as we go to the last of the 3rd. Now it's the rookie DH, Matt Shaw. The wind of the pitch. just missed.
3-1.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Count is full.
Kicks and deals. Got him swinging. Now 1 away.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to bounce something off, extend that at-bat.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. And a pitch.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Fouls one off. 2-2. To the right side, Schmidt sends it to first, and that quickly 2 away.
Good outside run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just pours in on the hands.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Nico Horner. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Nothing happening there for the Cubs, and we are still scoreless. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Willy Adames. Ball to strike. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1-2.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
It's a good take.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Elliott Ramos, the next Giant to hit. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. His second homer this series, and that gives him a lead. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Now it's Matt Chapman. 1 down, base is empty. Here's a high chopper. Bregman zips it across, and he's out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 outs, base is empty. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Really good athlete, and many times you talk about the feet of infielders. This catch as well, really quick feet.
2-2.
He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he steals strikes for his pitcher.
Outside. And a full count now.
Count full.
In the air, right field. Suzuki on the move. And that is that. One scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. And the home team down a run. You're dialed into the show. Bottom of the fourth. So up now for Chicago. Dansby Swanson.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
The shortstop takes the ball.
You know, these Cubs just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Chop to third. Chapman whips it to first. One out in the bottom of the fourth.
The right field.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki.
This is a batter right here who really produces in these night games, and we saw the latest example of it in his first AB.
Puts it away for the out. Out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Alex Bregman.
And now it's Alex Bregman. The Cubbies trailing by a run. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Next offering is downstairs.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Popped up under it and puts the squeeze on that one, and that is that. Cubs are down quietly. They're down 1-0. Back here at the friendly confines, top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and leading it off, Casey Schmidt. Why to kick the pitch. Right back to him on the mound.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
So the batting order turns over. Jung-Hoo Lee getting ready to hit. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one's in there. Now 1-2. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Colin Ray up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Tyon getting loose as well. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Crow Armstrong makes the play, and there are 2 down.
The center fielder, number 6, Harrison.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the number 2 hitter, Harrison Bader. 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Right-hander kick steals.
2-2.
2 outs, base is empty. And a ground ball to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Giants 1 and the Cubs nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch. Hit on the ground to the right side. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Up next at the left field, Ian
Happ, the next Cub to hit. Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022. What a year, Chris. Both an all-star and a Gold Glover.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. The Cubs down by a run. Last half of inning number 5.
Well, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still behind by a count of 1-0. All set for the top of the 6th. Leading off, Luis Arraez.
Luis Arraez.
And another ball. And a swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
On a line base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Man aboard, and here is Devers. Falling behind 2-1. And here it comes. And Devers hits that one. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Around third. He'll score, and they lead by 2.
Everything came together for him. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his back path to the ball, and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Edward Cabrera won't go any further tonight. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Colin Ray gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Stepping in, Willy Adames. Man at second. On the ground, right side. And he takes it himself for the out. Now at the plate, Elliot Ramos. He went deep back in the 4th. A pretty important swing of the bat in this ball game.
Yeah, Boogie, he didn't waste any time. He jumped all over that pitch and saw it the entire way. You talk about squaring it up. He didn't miss a stitch on the baseball.
A 1-1. And he swings through that one. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Caleb Fieldball up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Harvey, the right-hander, also getting loose. And the pitch. Wouldn't chase that time.
2-2.
Outside low. And the count's full. Devers takes his lead at third with 1 away. And that one is lifted in the air. And he makes the catch. Runner tags from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. And they lead by 3.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Right-handed reliever.
Ball.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Well, those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
2 outs. And down on strikes he goes. That's out number 3. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Giants 3 and the Cubs nothing. Matt Shaw digs in now. Shaw swinging it much better this season in away games than here at home.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Yeah, that skips in the dirt. Righty delivers. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And the righty deals. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The pitch. Good job to fight that one off. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Center field. Bader grabs it on the run.
Now the catcher,
Carson Kelly, the next Cub to hit. Kelly hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And there's 2 down.
the batter, number 3, second baseman.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Next to hit, Nico Horner. Off the mark there. Ball 2. The Cubbies trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Chop to the left side. Chapman tosses across the first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Giants 3 and the Cubs nothing. Here at Wrigley Field, here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey.
Patrick Bailey.
And another ball. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Now it's the second baseman, Casey Schmidt. One down, base is empty. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And the right-hander deals. Line drive.
Man, he really turned on that one. Absolutely ripped it towards third, but great bat-like reflexes down there at the hot corner to bring it down.
Back to the top of the lineup, Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Giants down in order, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Bottom of the seventh, and here is Dansby Swanson.
The shortstop.
The line of the pitch. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Three and two now. Got him swinging.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
The right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. The line and the pitch. Swings through that one.
1-2, the count.
Looping, breaking ball, and he struck him out.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Now it's Alex Bregman. 2-2 down. Waves at the bender for the strikeout. And the Cubs are down in order. They trail in this one 3-0. New pitcher on here, Caleb Thielbar.
Number 56.
He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And digging in for San Francisco, Harrison Bader.
Number 6, Harrison Bader.
The pitch. And a foul ball. At the belt and fires. Gets under it and pops it up. Suzuki running hard for it. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. Wouldn't chase that time. Base hit center field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. That could be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because As a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Bader gets his lead at first with nobody out. Ripped on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away.
Now back, the first baseman, Rafael Devers.
Man at first, Devers now. Left-hand hitter waits. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and fires. Good eye right there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Sets him down looking. Couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball at the knees.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
No, that's outside. And there's a foul ball. Two outs. Just missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
And there's ball 4.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner into scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
So 2 on with 2 away. And now Elliot Ramos. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1-2.
Here's a rocket out to left. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. Giants leave a couple, but they lead at 3-0. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Sam Hentges.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
And now the first baseman, Michael Busch. The Cubs in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Bader sizing this one up. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
The left fielder, number 8,
Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate. Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Bases empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That hits the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's in the dirt. 1 down, bases empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
2-2.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ballgame if you're not careful.
Count.
Next offering in the dirt. And now 3-2. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Bailey drifts towards it. Drops into the glove. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Through 8 full. It's the Giants 3 and the Cubs nothing. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Hunter Harvey.
Definitely a guy that pounds the strike zone. Makes hitters earn their way on base and rarely gets in trouble because of free passes.
Here's Matt Chapman.
Leading off the Giants, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
The pitch. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Next offering is in for a strike. Righty to the plate. Stays alive. And a pitch. Out to short. Swanson. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
The catcher, number 14, Patrick Bailey.
And here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Base is empty, 1 away here in the 2nd game of the series. Misses the zone and he gets him to chase.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
And a 1-2. And another ball. Hit in the air, center field. Armstrong makes the grab for the 2nd out.
The batter, number 10, second baseman, Casey.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the 2nd baseman, Casey Schmidt. Kicks and deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Giants go down quietly, but they lead it 3-0. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Ryan Walker.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
Ryan Walker.
Now here is
Leading off
Matt
for the
Shaw.
Cubs, the designated hitter, number 6.
This one popped up right side. Schmidt pulls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, catcher, Carson Kelly.
He's 2 outs away. Carson Kelly, the next to hit. 1 down, base is empty. That one missed. And he deals. Swing and a foul straight back. The Cubbies trailing by 3 here in the last half of inning number 9. Bounce to the left side. Sends it across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an
baseman.
excellent pace.
1 out left for the Cubs. Nico Horner, the next Cub to hit. And a 1-1.
Hit run.
Walker is just 1 strike away. Foul ball still a 1-2 count. Right-hander kicks, deals. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Hit to right, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Giants claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
A shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm Jon Sciambi saying so long.
Our final line.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm Jon Sciambi. So the San Francisco Giants have taken the first 2 games of this series, and today they'll go for the sweep. They played well, Chris, and they're looking for more of the same in this one.
Yeah, they've been the side shaking hands on the field after each game so far. Played solid baseball to earn those wins, as you said, but every game offers up its own unique challenges. So we'll see what those are today, but there's always a little extra motivation when you have an opportunity to sweep a series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go down. Our starter in this one, Justin Steele. Singing he's been outstanding and should be fun to watch.
Well, when you have a guy that can limit the opponent to very little run production, you have a great chance to win a ball game when he takes the mound. He's just having an outstanding season so far. You hope he can maintain it, because if he can, he'll be in a nice conversation at the end of the year.
And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific fight at the end.
And a swing and a miss. And 1 gone.
Got him out of front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And now Bader up to the plate. 1 down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and deals. And misses inside. The lefty fires. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
1 out, base is empty. Here comes a 3-2. Out towards right center field. Suzuki on the move. Calls it in, and there's 2 away. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. And a big part of it, a guy with a great track record, Rafael Devers.
He's near the top of the league in RBIs, and he's become a guy that they can count on to come through in big spots, and he has not disappointed. Man, pretty impressive. Top 5 in RBI in the National League.
Luis Arraez stands in. 2 out, space is empty. Good eye in that spot. Off the plate inside. 3-1 now. Rafael Devers waits to bat for the Giants. 2 outs. Swings through that.
Careful.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Now the throw to first on the run. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing doing there for San Francisco. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the hill in this one, Landon Root. What do you look for here?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Out to short. Adames, the throw to first. 1 up, 1 down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. And an important bat for them, batting 5th in this one. Michael Busch.
Well, right in the middle of this lineup, and that's exactly where he belongs. I mean, he's there for a reason, Boog. This guy, they know they can rely on him, and he's a force, a presence there that, you know, puts a little trepidation in that opposing pitcher. We'll see what kind of impact he has in this one.
And a pitch. Swings through that one out front that time.
Got away with that one. Left the curveball up a little bit. He's going to have to finish it if it's going to be an effective pitch.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Nice grab. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out. Cubs are down quietly. We played an inning. No score. Back here at Wrigley Field, Rafael Devers up to hit. One of the best in the game against right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, that's another story. Singy, is this more common today, guys really only succeeding against pitchers throwing from a specific side?
I think it's because you just don't get a very long trial period anymore. I mean, with the analytics and the numbers, teams are looking for instant success with the lineups that they construct. So if you don't figure it out quickly against certain types of pitchers, you're just not going to get those opportunities.
Chases in the dirt, slider there. High throw to first, and he can't reach it.
Well, you don't see it very often, but every once in a while, the guy strikes out and still somehow ends up safe on first. And when it happens, you kind of scratch your head. But I guess sometimes a pitch is so nasty, it makes everyone miss. Now they're going to have to get more than 3 outs in this inning.
Here's Elliot Ramos. 1-1 now. And that's in for a strike. And he deals. That misses the zone. 2-2.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Got one out to right. Suzuki has a beat on it. Hauls it in for the out.
That is good. The third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. The pitch. Got him swinging. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now it's the second baseman, Casey Schmidt. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two outs. That misses the zone. The count now 2-2.
3-2.
In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. Devers leads off first with 2 down to the inning. In the air out towards right center. Suzuki has a beat on it. And that is that. One left for San Francisco. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here's Alex Bregman.
Leading off for the Cubs, the third baseman, Alex Bregman.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And that one is lifted in the air. Lee makes the grab, 1 away.
That is good. The first baseman,
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back. Into the bleachers and gone. His 9th homer of the year, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
That's exactly what this crowd wanted to see in this spot. He blasted that pitch. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. The slight opposite field into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
1 out, base is empty. Ian Happ up to hit. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. The punch out there. That's out number 2.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
2 down, nobody on. Right through there for a strike.
2-2.
Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. In time, got him. And that'll do it. Cubs draw first blood on this solo homer. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back here at the friendly confines. All set for the start of the inning. Willie Adames stands in. And now the lefty.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Kicks and fires. Lifted in the air, right center field. He's got it, and there's 1 down. Here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot. Swing and a ball popped up. Kelly should have this one. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. So the batting order turns over. Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
2-2.
The pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Giants down in order. They're down 1-0. Here at Wrigley Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here is Matt Shaw.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 1 out.
Batting ninth.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. 1 down, base is empty. Out to short, Adames. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting, the second baseman, Nico.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Here's Nico Hoerner. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Two outs.
That's the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just misses with that one. Fly ball center field. Sizing this one up. And that's the inning. as we go to the top of the fourth. And now the right fielder, Harrison Bader. Payoff pitch. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
And up next for San Francisco, Luis Arias. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. It usually doesn't work out for success, but
Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Here's Rafael Devers. There goes the runner. There's the ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
High throw may have made the difference right there. It's kind of hard to say, though. It's a little tougher for a catcher with a left-handed hitter in the box, and that hitter does not have to move at all to help you out. He just got under the throw, and it took off on him a little bit.
And a 2-1 hammered but foul. And a pitch. Swings and misses, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it, or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
And now, Elliot Ramos. Next pitch inside, 2-1. And here it comes. That one misses, and the count is 3-1. Matt Chapman on deck for San Francisco. The Cubs up by a run, top half of inning number 4. Right through there for a strike.
That was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Crow Armstrong sizes this one up. He's got it. And that is out number 3. So the Giants leave 1. They still trail 1-0. And we're back. John Shelby and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Dansby Swanson. Out to short, Adames. Slings it across. 1 up, 1 down. Here's another look with Statcast singing. The throw needed to be strong to beat the runner, and it was.
Yeah, that play was close, and I think we need to credit that 88-mile-per-hour throw as the difference maker right there. That's just impressive.
And next for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. 1 down, base is empty. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now
That extends his hitting streak to an even dozen, Singy. Do opposing pitchers start to take notice when a guy's on a roll like this?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. It's not like it changes the scouting report on a guy or anything like that too much, but you're aware of who's swinging the hottest bat, and that's definitely him right now.
First offering, runner goes. And 1 fouled off, 2-2. Man at first, 1 away. Fights it off, he'll see another. And a pitch. can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and he can't make contact.
Had a good eye there. Suzuki off of first with 2 away. And he takes a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Cubs leave 1, but they still lead it 1-0. Ready now for the 5th inning, and here is Matt Chapman. Next pitch, not close, up high. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Colin Ray up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Taillon warming up as well. Here comes a pitch. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And another ball.
Now on this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
3-2 now. And so the lefty allows the leadoff free pass.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
And a count 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Here's a 1-2. And there's a ball. That one close, ruled a ball. And the count's full.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others.
Hits and misses. That's a strikeout.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting the call he probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Now it's the shortstop, Willy Adames. And that is cut on and missed. And the count's even at 2. The Giants yet to pick up a hit here. Inside, just missed.
That's a really good take.
Patrick Bailey waits to bat for the Giants. Out towards right center field. Sizing this one up. He's got it. That's out number 2. Throw, and it gets away. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. This one popped up. He makes the grab, and that is that. 1 left for San Francisco, still behind by a count of 1-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. A line to kick the pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
1-2.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Base is empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Swings and misses, struck him out. 2 outs, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Matt Shaw. The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. This to third. Gets it to first. And the Cubs go 1-2-3. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. But they're on top, 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right. And a 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
That one missed. Hard liner. And there's one down. And now Bader up to the plate. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Bounced up the middle, and it gets through for a hit. Their first of the ball game.
Well, there goes the dream of the no-hitter. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
One gone, runner at first. And here's the first baseman, Luis Arraez. Kicks and deals. Corner. Throws to first in time, and that's an out.
Now designated hitter, Rafael.
On the north side of Chicago, John Shelby and Chris Singleton. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Rafael Devers. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're the top half of the 6th. And it's second. Not close with that one. And that's ball 2.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Two outs. And that one is inside. Elliot Ramos getting on deck circle. The pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. I really think the outer half is open.
Man on second, 2 down. And that's ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Well, a great back and forth, and that at bat He has laid off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Justin Steele is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Colin Ray on the pitch here.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
So 2 down. Here's Elliot Ramos. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
And he deals. And now 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Swanson. They take the force out. That's out number 3. So the Cubs bullpen does its job nicely there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cubs 1 and the Giants nothing. So the Giants with a new pitcher on the hill, Jose Butto.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Carson Kelly getting ready to hit.
The catcher, Carson Kelly.
That one ripped. Back there. Into the bleachers and gone. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
That's a great way to fire up this crowd. They're feeling it now. Velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, change speeds, even try to trick the hitter at times. But when you give up a home run right there, manager doesn't have a lot of patience because the velocity's not there to overcome and get the swing and miss.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Nico Hoerner. On the ground to the left. Oh, look at the stop. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Matt Chapman is as good as there is at third base right now in the big leagues. Great diving catch right there. This guy is so well-rounded in every play a third baseman can make.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Ball to strike. And a good eye there. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Next pitch is outside.
3-1.
On the corner for a strike.
3 balls. 2 strike.
The line of the pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. One down, base is empty. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Righty delivers. Runner on the goal. Counters that one. Deep left field. And forget it. A 2-run shot. It's their 2nd home run of the inning. It's 4-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
JT Brubaker comes on now.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Here's Alex Bregman. Here's a 1-1. Up the middle, and that chance handled. To first, they get him, but it was pretty close.
Well, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Michael Busch. And he swings through that one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Outside low, 2-2. And another ball. Right side. Nice grab. To his knee, the throw, and that's a nice play to end the inning.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Matt Chapman.
And the right-hander deals. And that's outside. 2-1.
Well, these Giants just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. You really can't pin it on one player because we've seen soft contact up and down this lineup. It's time to make some adjustments because this approach is just off.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
The cause for these struggles is a little different for each hitter. For some, it's timing, and for others, it's mechanics. Whatever it is, they need to start hitting the ball harder.
Got him swinging. Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit.
Second base. Casey.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And another ball. In the air, right field. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Willie Adames.
Willie Adames stands in. The 1-1. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Tosses to first, and that is the inning. Giants down in order. They trail it here 4-0. Bottom of the 7th, in half up to hit. Right-handed reliever. Up the middle, Adames. Now the throw to first on the run. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
The center fielder, Pete Armstrong.
Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. This to third. Slings to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, number 6.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Matt Shaw. Here's a 1-1. Yeah, big swing and a miss. Action in the San Francisco bullpen. Gregory Santos, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Beavers warming up as well. Here's a 1-2. Up the middle, Schmidt. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs, but they're in front 4-0. A new pitcher in the game, Jacob Webb.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
And here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey. The Giants in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Swings and misses and one down below the zone.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Got him swinging. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And now the center fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee. The 1-1 is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Just the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment to get back on track. His team needs him.
2 outs, base is empty. Next offering upstairs. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Phil Maton up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Thielbar getting cranked up as well. And that one missing low. In the air, right field. Suzuki makes the grab, and that is that. On to the bottom of the 8th, and the batter now, Carson Kelly. The 1-1. To the right side, and he takes it himself for the out.
Now back, the second baseman, Nico Hoerner.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup, and now Nico Hoerner. Short hop liner, handled it short. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Now back, shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
2 outs, base is empty. Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
Here's a high chopper. The throw to first, and Swanson is set down. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Cubs are down quietly. They lead 4-0. Caleb Thielbar gets the ball now.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Luis Arraez stands in.
The first baseman, Luis Arraez.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Good eye right there. And that skips in the dirt. Fly ball toward. Suzuki has a beat on it. Drops into the glove. And there's one down. Rafael Devers up to hit. Battling here as he fouls it away. The Giants down by 4 here at the top of the 9th. This to center field. Crow Armstrong should have it. Makes the grab for the second out. One out left for the Giants. Here's the left fielder, Elliot Ramos. Falling behind 2-1. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Phil Maton getting ready to go. Two down, nobody on. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. And there's a foul ball.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
And there's a ball. This could end it. That's the ball game.
This was by no means an offensive outburst. Only 4 hits the entire game, but good teams find a way to win, and they did.
A 4-0 shutout in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.